Just a little bit of information. There's a little bit of a mistake at the start of this tutorial where I actually told you to cast on 95 stitches. It's only 93 stitches. So don't take any notice of what I told you how many stitches to start with, or it'll come out wrong, the pattern. So it's 93 stitches, not 95. It was easier for me to tell you like this than add it in the description box because you might not have seen it. Hello everyone, it's Sheila back with another tutorial. This time it's going to be this headband. I have a little bit wool left over from a cardigan in Aran that I knit for one of my subscribers, and I'm going to make this headband with what was left. So here goes. Now the pattern, get the needle out of the wool. The needle says to cast on using 4 and, you can see me, 4. It's hard to get the thing right. It's 4.5 millimeter needles, and I'm going to cast on 95 stitches, which I've already done. That's 95 stitches here. I'll blow the picture up a bit. And we're going to start off with knit 3 stitches, purl 1, knit 2 stitches, purl 1, knit 2 stitches, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and that is the first row. All that row is starts off with knit 3, then it's purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2 all the way along to the end. Now I'll come back when I get to the end of that row. And I'm at my last 5 stitches. I'm going to knit 2, purl 1, and knit 2. And that is the first row. And the second row, there's actually 2 rows to this rib. And the next row is knit 1, purl 1, knit 2, 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 and again you just do that, purl 1, knit 2 all the way across the row until you get to the end, and I will meet you at the end of that row. When you're knitting this row, if you get mixed up and you're not sure what stitch, you always start the knit 2 where there's a knit stitch. I don't know if you can see this because it's dark wool and it's not very light at the moment, But you always start the knit where the two knit stitches where there's one knit stitch and one purl stitch, and then you go on to the purl stitch, and then there is a knit stitch and a purl stitch, and that's where you do the two knit stitches again. And we're at the last 5 stitches. And you're going to purl, knit 2, purl 1, and knit 2. And that is the 2 rows of this pattern. Those are the only 2 rows that you need to do. And you know the next row starts with knit 3 stitches. And then purl 1 and knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and just repeat those stitches all the way along the row, and repeat those 2 rows for 8. You do 8 rows all together, and then we'll be changing to 5mm needles and working 16 rows in rib. But when I change needles, I will come back and show you the band then. We're going to change to 5mm needles. We've knit 8 rows. Eight rows in the pattern. Now we're going to do 16 with the 5mm needles. So it's the same again. Knit 3, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and that is what we're going to do for the next 16 rows. And I will be back after I've done those rows. I've now knit 16 rows in the 5mm needles, and now I'm casting the stitches off. And you cast the stitches off in the same stitches that you knit. So if it's a knit stitch, you cast off knit ways. If it's a purl stitch, you cast off purl ways. And it's 2 knit stitches. Purl stitch. Two knit stitches. Cast off very loosely. And you keep casting off in that way until you get to the end of the stitches. The last few stitches, knit, knit, purl, knit, and knit the last stitch. And pull that through and tie it off. That's the headband, and then we're going to fold those ends together like that, and just sew along that bit there, that short bit there, and the short bit on the top. I need a needle for that. I stitch the two end pieces together. And fasten them on down on the inside with a couple of extra stitches. That's cut off. Same with the other end. And stitch that down with a couple of extra stitches on the inside. And then we are going to put a couple of buttons here and here on the side to secure it. And we need something to, if I can thread this wool through this needle, just You don't have to go through the button many times because it's not being used to fasten something. It's only there for cosmetic purposes. So just fasten it off. I'm doing this at the night time. There's a light is casting a shadow over what I'm doing. And put the other button on. And that's finished headband. This is the finished headband, and if you are like me, you wear your hair up. It's very handy. So I am pleased with this. I might make myself another one. It only take me a couple of hours to make. There's not a lot of rows in it, not a lot of stitches either. Very easy. So give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more. And bye for now.